Welcome to the Overcoming Low Self-Esteem podcast. This podcast is designed to teach you about self-esteem, how we get low self-esteem, what triggers it, what can come from it if we don't heal from it, and of course, how to overcome it. If you enjoy this podcast, please do us a huge favor and rate, subscribe, and share this podcast. Please rate and comment. We love your feedback. Your feedback is important to us, and we want to make this podcast a podcast that heals and touches the world. If you have questions, if you have suggestions, if you have ideas, please email us at overcoming@theatsjr.com. That's overcoming@theatsjr.com. That'll also be in the notes. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy. Welcome back to the Overcoming Low Self-Esteem podcast. Today's topic is things people say to manipulate you. I won't get into a recap of what's about to come on this recording, but I want to talk to you for a little bit about manipulation. First, let's define manipulate. The internet, I'm using Webster's dictionary, says to manage or influence skillfully, especially in an unfair manner. One more time. The definition of manipulate is to manage or influence skillfully, especially in an unfair manner. As I read that, who or what popped into your head? Is it a spouse? Is it a friend? Is it a boss? Is it you? Is it an environment? What is it that you are allowing to manipulate you into low self-esteem or to keep you in low self-esteem? When we are suffering from low self-esteem, people prey on that. If you listen to the first podcast or episode before this one, I talked about valuing yourself. Who or what in your life is keeping you in your low self-esteem state? Who or what in your life manipulates, twists, and turns, manages or influences you skillfully? Who is doing that in your life? And once you identify the who, it's time to remove that person or remove yourself from that situation. Is it painful? Sure. Because sometimes you're going to look up and realize, hey, that's my family. Hey, that's my husband. That's my wife. That's my best friend. That's my cousin. That's my aunt. That's, someone close to you. Obviously, it's always someone close to you. If you are in low self-esteem and you are surrounded by people who are not pouring into you or not trying to lift you up, they are manipulating you into that state. And the longer you stay there, the more they manipulate you, and the harder it is for you to get out of low self-esteem. So, as my friend Shannon Clark says, eliminate them or eliminate yourself from the situation. You don't have to be in low self-esteem. You don't have to be low thinking about yourself. You don't have to always think the negative thoughts. You don't have to be down and depressed everywhere you go because you're surrounded by people who say that they are better than you, who act like they are better than you. Hear me and hear me well. We are all human beings. We are all on the same field. Some of us think we are better than, but we are all one. I'm sorry, that friend who thinks he or she has it all together and is always looking down on you and always talking about you and always mistreating you, that's not your friend. Even if that's a family member, that's not someone you need in your life. You are worthy. You are valuable. Please listen to this episode. Please get something from it. Please understand that you don't have to live where you currently are. And I'll see you guys next time.
I want you, me and you are together, and you're passing me up, and I don't want you to, or you're trying to change, You're trying to stop me. You're trying to free yourself from my control. How do people behave like that? You have the low self-esteem, I'm the manipulator. What do I do?
Don't you know how good you got it here?
That's a good one.
Ain't nothing out there for you. Your friends trying to change you. You don't need to change. We good. We're a good unit. We're a good couple.
Okay. Okay. So, just by pure law of attraction, pure energy in the room, and these two in front of me, and you'll notice each module, each lesson will have different people. They'll probably be at every single one of them. These two have super high levels of empathy, like way up there levels of empathy. And then my friend here, if they have levels of empathy here, she's off the camera. Like, you can't even see me anymore, right? You can't even see my, like, that's where, like, if it's here, she's way up, right? Would you agree? Like, she's way up there. So they feel you. These two people, they can feel you. They've never met you. They've never seen you. But they can feel you. And they know exactly how to expose themselves to bring you into the light. Yes, please, please.
I just thought about this. As far as when you said relationships, I was harping on the intimacy aspect of a relationship. I didn't think about the friendship aspect of it until while you were talking. Because I know me personally, dealing with self-esteem, low self-esteem, you crave for someone to love you. You crave for someone to even care about you. So you end up becoming friends with people that in some shape, form, or fashion, they can tell that, so they use you. So you have to be careful in your friendships as well, because you'll feel so low about yourself when you need you craving that person to boost you up. But that friend, knowing that, oh, hey, what's going on, girl? Hey, you mind stopping by the house and hanging out with me for a minute? And that turns into, hey, can you take me here? Hey, can you take me there? And because you don't want to be by yourself because you're already at a low point and you're craving that attention. Oh yeah, I don't mind knowing good and well you just don't want to. You become a people pleaser as well.
Oh, we gotta talk about that. Okay. Okay. Right, but hey, do this. Hey, here's my paycheck. Hey, take all that. Hey, sleep on my couch. Hey, go into my bedroom. I sleep on my couch. Hey, you just slept with my boyfriend. I was being nice to you. Hey, all these things. Listen, I want you guys to realize, and in fact, this is for you as well, because you guys would know this. I've never told you, well, I told you something similar to this before. However, not the way I'm going to say it now, and you guys may be being introduced to it for the first time. If you struggle with low self-esteem, and we're going to identify scientifically what low self-esteem is right after this here. If you struggle with low self-esteem, I need for you to, all your friendships should now be suspicious. Because by law of attraction, you've attracted manipulators to control you in your low self-esteem state. Because you want to be controlled, whether you want to admit that or not. The people in your life, they're manipulators. Let me explain. I say this all the time. Anything you can account for, you can also control. When people account for your personality, when they account for your low self-esteem, they also immediately begin to control it. One way or the other. Here's how you can control things. You change it or you keep it the same. Now think about this. If I change it, I'm bringing your self-esteem lower. If I change it, I'm bringing your self-esteem higher. Hopefully you have the people in your life that bring you out of low self-esteem. But this is tough, and these are special people. Here's another way to manipulate something. You do nothing about it. I like, you touched on it. Hey, we have a good thing going. Hey, don't change. Stay right where you are. Now here's what I'm saying. If you've been, everybody, you, camera, think about how long you've been in low self-esteem. Think about it. Put yourself there. Go backwards in your mind. Take it all in. And then ask yourself, has it been a long time? Okay, you say it's a long time. For you, was it a long time? Ask yourself, audience, has it been a long time for you? If it has been a long time, all your friends, the suspect, they let you be less of you, near clinically, and some of you need to see a therapist. Your friends, your loved ones, they let you be in this state for out of 3 different reasons. One of them is impossible, changing for the better. Since you gotta process eliminate that one out the way, there's only 2 ways. They're controlling you by lowering you, or they're controlling you by keeping you the same. Anytime you account for anything, you control what you just accounted for. So I really want to help you. The people in your life, if you have struggled with low self-esteem for this long, the people in your life are suspicious. And the only true way to change your low self-esteem, I'm going to give you the stuff, but the real way for you to change your self-esteem level is to leave these people or limit your time with them.